Alright guys, here's the next little update from the CPC MIDI Soundcard project, where I'm using a Blue Pill microcontroller and an S2 Waveblaster General MIDI soundboard in order to create a MIDI sound card for the CPC. Last time I showed you that I can play basically basic notes over the CPC with a basic program, so that gets streamed into the Blue Pill. The Blue Pill is connected to the S2 module over in UART, so we can simply use CPC I/O output requests in order to send MIDI data to the S2. And now here we have a little drum computer. So generally MIDI on channel 10 we always have the drums, right? And that's of course a simple basic program. The bass drum, for example, is note 36, and on channel 10 this corresponds to the bass drum, and so on. So that's just a simple basic program that scans the keyboard using in-key string and then maps the first the keypad ASCII characters from 0 to 9 to the first 10 drums, right? And then I can just play it in real time here. So that's very similar to the MIDI test program I showed you in my last video, but in the meantime I've also extended the firmware a little bit, so you can also now see that the MIDI in from the MIDI phaser over the second UART into the Blue Pill is also working, and for this I have a second ISR routine which now listens to both I/O requests from the CPC and for UART write and read requests over the second UART. So we can now stream again MIDI data basically from the PC using a simple USB MIDI interface like that Roland one here, right? And I have a little MIDI song loaded into the PC, so let's play it back. And many of you might recognize that. So you notice that I could actually, in parallel with the MIDI stream being received, also trigger MIDI notes from the CPC. So both the inputs are being mixed into one MIDI stream, and there's still some synchronization issue, right? So it may be the case that I need to synchronize the UART send commands to the S2 a little bit better, but in principle that works very well and very reliable. And so the Blue Pill is really nice with regard to interrupt handling, right? So we have two interrupt service requests now, service routines active, one listening to I/O read and I/O write requests from the CPC, and another set listening to the UART in and out receive and transmit data requests. And the nice thing is you can give different priorities to these interrupt handlers. So I prioritize the ones from the CPC over the ones from the UART. And that's of course necessary because getting the I/O request timings right for the CPC is very important. If you don't get that right, you actually crash the system, right? So yeah, but maybe let's listen one more time to the famous Canyon Windows MIDI file uninterruptedly without me playing the drums in parallel. And MIDI output also goes to the MIDI out from the MIDI feather board, so I can even play it over the Roland Sound Canvas. But of course, the main reason for doing this card is to actually do a standalone MIDI sound card for the CPC, so that's what you should be listening to. Also liked Descent 2 very much. A stuck note that might require a reset. Alright folks, you get the idea. Thanks for watching.